The Talking Tree. This is the story of Christina, who lived in the village with her uncle and aunt. Before starting the story, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, do it and also like the video. Today again she had left the house while her aunt was sleeping. She was supposed to give food to her uncle in the field after an hour, but she left the house with a box of food hiding her face with a cloth. She felt suffocated in this house. Since childhood, her uncle and aunt brought her up as a burden and her status was nothing but a servant. But in between all these, there were some moments of peace in her life. There was a long road between her house and her uncle's farm with a small forest in between. She loved the greenery and the cool breeze there. She used to leave the house early and sit in the forest in the middle of the day and hum songs, during which she would forget all her sorrows. When she reached the forest, she sat under a thick tree. Keeping the food box aside, she leaned against her own special tree, which was the biggest tree in the forest, and closed her eyes and started humming. It was only a matter of time before she hummed when she felt someone else's voice join her voice. She was shocked at once. "Who is it?" she asked fearfully, looking around with inquisitive eyes. "I am your friend." When the answer came after some time, she immediately stood up from her place. "Who are you? Come forward." Pulling a small knife from her frock, she spoke cautiously when she heard someone laughing. "This little knife can't hurt me. And how can you harm your friend?" It was a boy's voice. "You are not my friend. No one is my friend." Picking up the food box, she started running on the field path and left the forest as soon as she saw it. But the day passed. Throughout the night she started thinking about what happened in the afternoon. Surely it was someone's mischief. The next day afternoon she again came out early and sat under the same tree keeping the food box aside and started humming. "You have a very good voice," someone was smiling and saying. But this time she was not afraid but asked, sitting in her place, "You came again today. I find this one place of peace where I can reduce my grief. But now I think I have to leave this place also." She started to get up in frustration as he spoke fearfully. "No, don't do that. I'm your friend." "No, you are not my friend. My friend is only this tree," she said angrily. "I am the tree under which you hum every day and talk about your heart. I listen to your words very carefully but never say anything because you should not be afraid of me and do not stop coming here. I am also lonely like you. You are my only friend. But maybe today I lost my friend." His voice was disappointed. "Are you really a tree and can speak? Do you think I'm crazy?" She was speaking unconsciously, looking at the tree as if she was talking to the tree. "Yes, I am really a tree. If you want, we can be good friends." When friendship was offered from the front, she picked up a stone from the ground and hit it on a tree. "Ah! How hard the cruel girl has hit me. I must be tough from above, but I would have been in pain." Hearing the painful sound, Christina put her hand over her mouth. "Are you really a talking tree?" Now she came to the tree and started shaking with uncertainty. "Yes." Hearing the answer, she got scared and ran away with a food box. She spent the next night thinking about the same thing. Now she was spending some more time in the forest. She loved to talk to this tree and tell about the cruelty of her uncle and aunt. If she had spent the whole day happily, she would not have been able to tolerate it at all from her aunt, but now she had a sincere friend. After some time, uncle and aunt decided to marry her. She was afraid that now which cruel people will become her rulers. She was even more afraid when her uncle told her that she was being married to the son of the village chief, hearing which she started crying and refused the marriage because the village chief had given wealth to her uncle and aunt in return for this marriage. And she had heard from everyone in the village that the chief's son was very cruel. She came to the forest early today while crying, and sat under the tree and started crying. But she was surprised when even her best friend, this tree, did not respond to her. She kept talking to him for a long time, but perhaps that only friend had also turned away. She returned home disappointed, and the next day her uncle married her to the son of the village chief. After marriage she left her uncle's house and came to the big mansion. Everyone welcomed her enthusiastically. When she saw her husband, she was stunned that he was very handsome, but she was surprised when she heard her husband's voice. She had heard this voice before. She quickly remembered that it was the voice of her friend the talking tree. Actually, he was not a talking tree, but a sympathetic human being who used to sit around the trees and listen to her words and comfort and console her. And now fortunately he was her husband and they lived happily ever after. Thanks for watching. If you like the story, then share it with your friends, and you are welcome to share your thoughts about the story and any suggestions in the comments down below. See you in the next video. Till then, take care, bye-bye. Subscribe, like, share and comment.